Dangote petrol price cuts may force Nigeria's inflationary pressures down. This is coming from economists. Welcome back. It's still the Daily Dose on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Ido Ekiti. My name is Michael Jason Ijasan. We went on a short break and I'm back right now to give you detail of some of the headlines I gave you. So you can also participate by calling these numbers 0704 700 7701 or 0707 276 6278. And if you're outside Nigeria, please feel free to call this number +234 704 700 7702. I'm going to be starting my news this morning from these story that says corruption allegations, presidency attacks OBJ as opposition backs ex-president. The presidency on Monday attacked former President Olusegun Obasanjo over his claim that corruption has reached a fatal stage in the country. The presidency also faulted Obasanjo's call for the sacking of the Independent National Electoral Commission chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, over his conduct of the 2023 election, which he described as a travesty. However, the People's Democratic Party, Labour Party, and the New Nigeria People's Party backed the elder statesman on the issue of graft, the imperative of electoral reform, and other issues he raised in his keynote address at the Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum, Yale University, New Haven, United States of America on Sunday. In his address, Leadership Failure and State Capture in Nigeria, the ex-president canvassed for shorter tenures for INEC officials and a more rigorous vetting process to prevent the appointment of partisan individuals. Continuing that story, he criticized President Bola Tinubu's performance in office, asserting that corruption continues to rank among the most important problems affecting Nigerians. A whole lot of other things that the elder statesman said in this version of the news. Please, in case you are interested and you want to know detail or more, please check the Punch newspaper with the headline, Corruption Allegations, Presidency Attacks LBJ as Opposition Backs Ex-President. Soon says rethink reform strategies. IMF advises Nigeria against the backdrop of frustration faced by the general public in Nigeria and some other sub-Saharan African countries undergoing economic reforms. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has rolled out a set of recommendations on how to make the reforms acceptable and supported by the citizens. The IMF, in its latest Regional Economic Outlook for Sub-Saharan Africa report, noted that the countries involved in deep reforms, including Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, and Kenya, may now be experiencing what it called adjustment fatigue, while some are facing civil resistance. Nigeria, for instance, has recorded multiple civil unrest and labor shutdowns following disenchantment with the impact of the microeconomic reforms, especially in petrol and foreign exchange deregulations. The IMF recommendations emphasize broad-based engagement with the population, a communication strategy clearly articulating the benefits of reform, forging partnership with the figures in the country, appropriate design and sequencing of reforms, establishing complementary and compensatory measures, and fostering inclusive growth. All right. A whole lot more there. Rethink reform strategies. IMF advises Nigeria. What's your take? And which of the headlines have you heard this morning and you want to contribute? The headlines I've mentioned alone or the story you heard from me alone. Let's pick this call. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning, my presenter.
Good morning to you, comrade.
I am happy to join you this Tuesday.
All right.
Now that the certificate of return have been given to Ayedatiwa,
yeah,
let all political parties keep quiet in Ondo State. Because what I'm saying is that if there are miniature parties in Ondo State and in Nigeria that cannot come together and wage war against the big wigs, they should not talk. How can you contest as a governor in a state and have one out of the voters? You have 3 out of the voters. You have 10. Why not those small parties come together and form a formidable team within the renowned parties so that we can know that whoever that has not performed well will be sent out of the road? Then that is number one. Then let all party agents refuse to sign letter of returns given to them at the polling unit. If party agents don't sign the certificate or what was given to them at the party agent, when getting to the petition office, I think the judges will be able to see that. It's not somebody sitting down within his room. I believe the big wigs parties are sponsoring these small parties so that the oppositions cannot win that election. Then number 2, sir, Obasanjo should not speak well of the present government. Obasanjo created an article, created the problem of electricity in Nigeria. They privatized it. Formerly, before Obasanjo came to power, government was sponsoring the electricity. And we have not gotten it so worst before now. He should not speak of the present administration. He has not done anything since 1999 when he became the presidential candidate. Forget about the military agitation. But his presidential candidate in Nigeria is what to write home about. Good morning, my presenter.
Good morning to you, comrade. Good to have you this morning.
That's my submission. It's my opinion.
All right.
My personal opinion.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
okay. All right, thank you.
Opinion of Nigeria.
Okay, let me pay the call from Pastor Joshua. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I know you are the next person. Good morning to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining.
It's like I will somehow wanted to agree with the comment. Obasanjo does not have any saying about whatever that is happening presently. They were the ones that created the foundation of everything to talk about corruption. They started it in with article. When we have opportunity to grow this country, they fail to do that. So he's now coming out to tell us this and that. Me particularly, I'm not interested in anything he was saying before now, because I'm not a baby. I know what's going on in this country. They caused the problem about the electricity, everything about power. They squandered the money. That is what the money that they were enjoying today, and we are in the pain. So when you have destroyed something, you think that a home is being built in a day. So even though I'm not supporting what is going on in Nigeria today, but they were the fathers that are supposed to be of help to this country, and they failed to do that. So you should just keep quiet. And about the issue of this election, you see, the painful part of it is the PDP. They don't even know what they are doing. Very, 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 very shameful. You have problems everywhere, every local of corners of this country. You don't have a party, and you don't even think of sitting down to look for a way of settle every dispute that is in the party, to be able to have a formidable party that are able to be a challenge to these ruling parties. And you think that with all these things that is happening, you will be able to win any election. Look at what Wike is doing and others in PDP. Who is the chairman of PDP? Come to the states. Where are they? Is it not the same PDP we know some years back? They are nowhere to be found anywhere. So the only thing to know to do is to come to the social media and begin to make mouth. Mouth does not do it. They should go and sit down, put their house in order. They were the ones that is creating more problem for us. Because if this present government has a strong opposition, they could have learned, they could have known what to do. But they know nobody is doing anything. And they are still bragging that they are going to take the whole state. And they are trying to do that because nobody to stand against them, no party. And we are talking about motor party. Thank you very much, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much, Pastor Joshua. Good to have you this morning. The numbers to call remain 0704 700 7701. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. from Mission Ekiti.
All right, good to have you.
As a concerned citizen of Ondo State, I am happy the certificate of return is going to be given to our governor-elect. It has been given to him already. But he should bear one thing. We know the election that produced him. Oh, yes, I weep for my dear state if people can say their conscience so easily like that. But he should know that he should work for the people. There is no opposition in Nigeria. We are gradually drawing close to a one-party state. And like the APC have boasted, they will take over the remaining states unless the opposition wake up. Thank you. And God bless Nigeria.
Thank you too. Amen. I think some people really want to hear more about the Ondo poll. Okay, Aiyedatiwa gets certificate of return Wednesday amid protest. Let me quickly give you a detail of that story. The Independent National Electoral Commission will officially present certificates of return to Ondo State Governor-elect Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his deputy on Wednesday. The certificate would be issued at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. The Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekami disclosed these to Punch correspondent on Monday. He said the certificate of return would be presented by INEC to the governor-elect and his deputy on Wednesday at the Commission's headquarters. All right, that about that. See who's there. Good morning.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
You are blessed. And this Pastor
Amen.
Sam. This is Pastor Sam on the line.
Pastor Sam, good morning. Welcome to the Daily Dose.
Thank you, sir. Please, I want to say something as regards this election issue. I want if the Nigeria can come together and you have a better constitution, whereby if this issue of buying and selling is being alleged against any party, no matter their level, no matter their status, they were supposed to just make sure they declare the party that are involved in buying and selling a non grata. They should disqualify them and do a kind of rerun of election instead of announcing the sort of election that is based on buy and selling. At the same time, another thing I wanted to say, this issue of people in present government now, are they not alive when these people that they were making that rule before then, they were be preparing that they wanted to take over. They took over. This 9 years plus, and 9 years plus, it is so painful, more than the 15 years of PDP. But I'm not saying that I'm not giving credit to anyone. But then as much as studying, they said that they wanted to come to power. I believe some of the things that the people that are doing wrongly, they're supposed to have taken advantage of doing things work. And my own advice for the present government, let them do the right thing that will bring joy to people. That's just my own contribution.
Thank you so much, Pastor Sam. Sincerely appreciate you. God bless you. Well, let me give this next caller just 30 seconds, if you can manage that, because I still have a story to give out. Hello, good morning.
Thank you very much. This is Pastor Joshua Kolimba.
All right, good to have you.
Yes, let me talk with you. Say this. We have been talking about restructuring in every area of the sector of Nigeria, especially the electoral sector of Nigeria. But who are those people to implement that restructuring of the thing? Nobody is going to do it. And secondly, well, I was telling some people before they elect this president that you should have looked into the credential of this man, the achievement being done when he was a governor. This man gradually was able to program Lagos as one party system. For many years, no party was able to take that straight from them. And when you go again, is the most state that pay tax. And I was telling them that when you bring this man to the national, it will make Nigeria one party system, and we will bring this side of governance into this country.
All right.
And they say Omawani. Now so it's Omawa now.
All right, thank you, Pastor Joshua. Your time is up.
Thank you.
God bless you. Ekiti South APC leaders endorse Oyebanji deputy for second term. Ahead of the 2026 governorship poll in Ekiti State, leaders in Ekiti South Senatorial District in the All Progressives Congress APC yesterday endorsed Governor Biodun Oyebanji for a second term to be able to consolidate the good governance being ushered into the state by his administration. Endorsed alongside Oyebanji was his deputy, Monisa Diafuye. The leaders and party members arrived at the unanimous decision after a special meeting of the APC members from the 64 wards in the district head in Ikere-Ekiti, the headquarters of the district. They said the decision became expedient following the governor's developmental strides in the state and for fostering cohesion and unity among political tendencies across party lines in a manner that was novel in the state's political history. I'm sure you want to know detail of that. Ekiti South APC leaders endorsed Oyebanji deputy for second term. That story, that's the headline, and it is in the Guardian newspaper this morning. My last caller, 30 minutes. Good morning.
Please, this is Comrade Adedoyin calling back. I think the only state should endorse Oyebanji. Oyebanji has broken. He has broken the canals that the government of Fayemi Afashe cannot crack in the state. The burden of money owed Ekiti state workers, both state and local government, is certainly being paid by Oyebanji. Oyebanji is an individual and a governor of native intelligence. The only state we endorse him by the special grace of God.
All right, thank you so much for calling this morning. Sincerely appreciate you. God bless you. Okay, I think that's how far we'll be able to go today on the program, The Daily Dose on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Today, 19th day of November 2024. My name is Micheal Jason Ijasan. Till I come your way some other time, please stay blessed, stay out of trouble, don't trouble, and don't allow trouble to trouble.